Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Piglet here once again, and I'm back for some more yet again for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Mario Kart 64 for, of course, the Nintendo 64. So last time we have a sort of like a mixed results during the forms of in the Special Cup in 100cc, despite I automatically lost during the forms of in Yoshi Valley, because let me tell you, the actual track in this game itself on Yoshi Valley was actually the hardest of the bunch, and yeah, that's about it basically. But despite all that, we did manage to at least get ourselves our glorious gold trophy after all. So today, for this particular episode, especially noticeable on tomorrow exponentially as well, we're going to be focusing on 150cc for the majority of this weekend. And as far as I'm aware, today's video we're going to be suggesting for is that we're about to be selecting Donkey Kong here, and we're about to be returning back onto the Mushroom Cup for the second time. And, yep, hopefully we're also able to claim, you know, first place just like usual. Let's hope so, because even then though, when we actually at 150cc at this rate right about now, meaning about the fact that the rubber banding AI is going to get much more aggressive than the forms of how it does it in 50cc and 100. So this meaning that they always trying to catch up to you super often this time around, and, hopefully, God forbid, trying not to get screwed over by these jerk-offs with those rubber banding AI at one point, because, you know, they can easily really catch you up. And especially noticeable how the fact that it just gets all, you know, go all over the place in terms of difficulty, which even then though, or in this case, kind of schizophrenic, which even then though, that might be a little bit obvious for that fact. Whilst unlike any forms of in the future Mario Kart games, specifically Mario Kart Double Dash and the future games and beyond, the actual difficulty balancing might be pretty much balanced. So either way though, that's just for my personal taste anyway though, but either way though, that's besides the point. So anyway though, a few things we want to explain about this for this point today is the fact that recently, that today's day is the forms of, I just slipped up by the banana peel. Oh gee, I wonder who actually placed that. God knows, I don't really know. But anyway though, yeah, today's day is the forms of, oh sweet, a lightning bolt in second place. So either way though, let's go and use it right now, so we can able to use it on Yoshi, despite I've accidentally ignored trying to squish him. But either way though, whatever, we'll just continue things on for this point. So yeah, anyway, today's day is the forms of, the 18th of April today, in the forms of in 2020. I suppose that one thing I should probably forgot to mention to you guys about the forms of, since we still managed to get ourselves Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, and especially noticeable with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, both on the Xbox, unfortunately we didn't have the first game and the second game on the Dreamcast, because the reason why is because of how the fact that the actual postage has been likely due to the fact that, well, thankfully, it's not the coronavirus thing, luckily, it's just that they just got lost anywhere else. So as a result, they have no idea where our location is. So as a result, unfortunately for the sake of time, when it comes to forms of buying Tony Hawk's Pro Skater games, specifically the first and the second game on the Dreamcast, I don't think I can get those anytime soon. So even then, unfortunately, I'm pretty much going to be stuck in with the third one and the fourth one, but at least those games are pretty great. So even then though, especially on the original Xbox version specifically. So either way though, but I really hope I'm not going to get myself Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, because I've seen a lot of reviews of the forms of, you know, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 on, well, the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, that those two versions does have negative reviews, so I thought it was worth mentioning. So, yeah, you get the idea. But, however though, luckily, recently, for the forms of the past few days ago, we did manage to at least order something else, potentially speaking, because, relatively speaking, is the fact that I'm not exactly sure about the fact that with those, eBay items or Amazon items, they're potentially trying to able to go for trying to go a little bit more of a different approach, likely due to the fact that they're not going to show up the used pop-up notifications or something like that. I'm not exactly sure if that will exist during any forms of in the computers, but on mobile phones or anything like that, I just didn't manage to able to search on Amazon stuff. But then next thing I noticed is the fact that the actual used option has been disappeared, which I have no idea why that's been turned out. I'm guessing it's probably because of how the fact that with that terrible effect just been going on. Oh sweet, a lightning bolt in 4th place. That way I can able to catch up. But yeah, as you can tell, that was actually the final time we did see Luigi Raceway until they were able to actually revived it again until Mario Kart 7 came around, which I'm sure most of you guys already know about the forms of our Let's Play of Mario Kart 7 if you want to check that out. But yeah, you should probably will be, because if you guys get bored in reality, just about to be staying at home all the time, well, look up on our videos to make me able to actually entertain for you guys. So either way though, I will sure it might be not the most entertaining channel of the bunch, but either way though, I think that might be the only option for this for the most part. So either way though, let's go ahead and just keep on driving along. Make sure we do not get hit by Monty Moles potentially. Oh no you don't, Yoshi! Oh, that was close. That was a payback for you, Yoshi. That was the definition of a payback right there. After the forms of, you know, Mario Raceway by the end in 50cc. So, ha! I beat you for about a little bit more milliseconds time than the forms of 1 millisecond off by the same player, but hey, at least that's something. Now, of course, this will be the last time seeing Moo Moo Farm until, again, as I mentioned this before, it will reappear again in Mario Kart DS. And this particular track, Koopa Troopa Beach, will be the final time seen from this point. And because of that, yeah, we're just about to be, well, speaking of which, actually, it's the fact that we're pretty much at the halfway point of the entire Let's Play so far, unless if you... Oh, direct shot. I like that. Speaking of which, actually, it's the fact that we're pretty much at the halfway point of this Let's Play right about now. This is probably because of how the fact that, well, I was originally trying to show you guys every single cups in each and every single class, but it might actually start to get a little bit more repetitive if it wants to... What? Ooh. Okay, so I've managed to got a lightning bolt when I use the boo. Okay, that's top notch. I think I should probably save that whenever when Yoshi or Bowser might able to catch up, so either way that's what I'm able to just save it up before anything else goes insane for the most part. So yeah, as a result, yeah, talking of the forms of Amazon UK website at this rate, thank God, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is now being listed on Amazon UK website, which means I can now able to actually pre-order the game. I might try to pre-order that at some point during the end of April, because I'm sure enough I still got enough time, but if I just manage to able to try to focusing on other things. Although, Nintendo Switch is obviously a play on the go kind of device, so this means I don't have to worry about the forms of that ridiculous C-stick knob on the new 3DS version, as well as pretty rare expensive price on the original Wii version. Or even in this case, I'm not a big fan of digital download software is concerned, because it all took up a lot of storage space, which is especially noticeable on the forms of 13.9 gigabytes for specifically if you're trying to download the game digitally. When it comes to the forms of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, I'm still looking forward to it, don't get me wrong, but even then though, that way I can able to actually play on the go if I manage to able to become incredibly bored just doing the same old recording sessions all over again. Although, sure, it's still fun, and screw you, Bowser, screw you. But at least on the upside, though, you got hit by the exact same plum tree, and... Oh, speaking of Yoshi, there he is right here. Oh, come on, I need to get in first place. Oh, really, Yoshi? Oh, I get it. You're trying to give me a payback after... likely just lost by a few milliseconds from Moo Moo Farm. Ah, that's what you're going to be aiming for. Oh well. At least I've still managed to claim first place in 2 tracks so far, which is good. And let's just hope in enjoying forms of in Kalimari Desert track, then I should be able to conquer everything. So, at the moment right now, me and Yoshi will tie at the moment. So either way though, let's go and get into the forms of Kalimari Desert for the final time, for the sake of time. And hopefully, we should be able to conquer it at least specific. So either way, let's just go ahead and keep on moving along. And looks like Yoshi is still catching up at this rate. Luckily, there's actually a train coming, so that means that... Oh! Mamma mia! Yeah, we actually got ourselves a golden mushroom. And both Bowser and Yoshi got owned by the train. So that means I can able to go the fastest thing alive and then just try to dodge the train. And, well, look at me go. And I believe most other players always attempt to keep on waiting for the train to come by. So, yeah, looks like so far so good. Thank you, Golden Mushroom, for able to actually just to make me in a bigger lead. I do appreciate about that. Oh, man. Anyway, something's worth mentioning also is the fact that, speaking of Amazon also, is that, well, I just managed to able to recently order 2 replaceable items, including the 3rd new item, and that's what appears to be the Spyro the Dragon trilogy of games on the Game Boy Advance, like the first 2 and the Adventure game, aka, I'm not exactly sure what the American title for that game is usually called but either way, I'm just a little bit too convinced of myself, so, yeah, anywho though, because the reason why I managed to able to order myself the 3 Spyro games on the Game Boy Advance, because, well, since I've already got myself both the Crash Bandicoot games on the Game Boy Advance, I'm also able to do the same thing for Spyro the Dragon. Sure, it might actually contain isometric view platforming and what have you, but I don't care, because I'm actually really looking forward to able to try those out. And then, hopefully I might as well give Spyro Adventure a second chance on the Game Boy Advance. Because, for whatever reason, back in the day in 2010, we have no idea why we've been such a negativity when it comes to seeing Spyro on the forms of our Game Boy Advance cartridge. Oh my goodness gracious, look, guys, looking on that map right now, I've basically conquered everything in terms of this stage. Probably because of how the fact that every time when a train passes by, then most of the time computer players always attempt to stop on the actual traffic, and as a result, I'm just speeding things up. Oh my goodness. I think, to me though, the ending portion of Mushroom Cup on this run is actually super remarkable, in this case, flawless at the end. Jeez, I didn't get hit by a single item on that race. That is fantastic. Oh man, I wish I could able to do that for the majority of the time, but again, because of the rubber banding AI sometimes, and yeah, I just got hit by a train, so whatever. Whatever. At least we've already just managed to claim first place in the end, so I don't suppose Yoshi will be able to catch up for my points value, behind like 3 points and such. So either way though, that was it basically. That pretty much concludes Mushroom Cup for the majority of this Let's Play, so even then though, I believe we've only got about 3 more cups to show you guys off. So either way though, yeah, as far as I can say, bye. And also another thing that's worth mentioning though is the fact that the reason why I've managed to order myself the 3 Spyro games on the Game Boy Advance, not the Spyro Orange, the Cortex Conspiracy, whatever that game is usually calls it, because I've definitely heard about the forms of Crash Purple and Spyro Orange are definitely one of the weakest games to ever come out on. I mean, the concept might be a bit interesting, like a crossover between Crash and Spyro for the first time, unless if you really want to count the ending portion in Crash Twinsanity, spoiler warning for those who have not played that game, and that's as far as I can think of. Oh, look at that, the trophy itself has actually got a different model this time, even though it's kind of like the same thing for how it does it in, depending on what classes you're going to be going to in Super Mario Kart, where basically if you ever do 50cc it's like a simple trophy cup, and on 100cc it's like almost like I think it has like handles or something, and then 150cc actually gives us a Mario face trophy. So something's worth mentioning, by the way, so yeah, that's what I can say about it. So anyways, I think we should probably end things off at this point right there, so join me tomorrow for more of Let's Play of Mario Kart 64. It's the fact that we're going to be once again continue things on at 150cc for the final time, and take on the Flower Cup. So see you guys tomorrow. Later, fellas.